From the garden to the kitchen and to your pantry. A roasted chicken on Sunday. Let's see what we can make for supper tonight. I always like to do my best to make several meals out of something that maybe I've cooked over the weekend. And since we cooked that roasted chicken and we had it for our Sunday lunch, we ate quite a bit of it too. It was so good. I've got some leftovers. I went ahead and picked the rest of the meat off that roasted chicken, and y'all hear that? That's one of my alarms that's out here. And it must be a squirrel or something going in front of it. But anyways, I thought, well, today I can throw something really easy when I get in from work. And I almost put it in my slow cooker this morning, but I just ran out of time. But it really doesn't take long to whip this up and have it for supper by the time Danny gets home. But I thought I'd make some white chicken chili. And I've got some tortilla chips, or I've got some just regular flour tortillas, and I've got cheese, and it just really sounded good to me. And it sounded like something really good. And everything that I need to make this white chicken chili I've got in the pantry. So this is another pantry meal. This is a pantry white chicken chili, I guess what you can call it. But all I'm going to do is I've got, now y'all that have been with me for a while know that I do can up a lot of my dry beans because I use a lot of beans in my cooking. And a lot of people don't understand why I can up my dry beans. I don't can up all of them. I have so many dry beans put up and put back. But when I start running low, I start canning beans up because I'd rather have these than I would store-bought. Even though I do have right now some store-bought beans in my pantry, this is what I prefer. And this is a quart jar of navy beans is what this is. Usually in my white chicken chili, I do use a Great Northern or a navy or a creamer pea is what I use. But I need to use these up. This was navy beans, and a lot of times when people are making the white chicken chili, they go ahead and drain the juice off their beans and they rinse their beans. I'm not going to do that because I want this really thick, really good juice off these beans in my chili. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour that in my pot. So that's a quart jar. Now, I even had a little bit of some of my creamed corn that I put in the freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the rest of this creamed corn in there too. I mean, I don't want it to go to waste. And that fresh corn, and it'll taste really good in that white chicken chili, that's for sure. I've also got, I'm going to go ahead and put, now that's one thing I don't have in my pantry right now. I'm plumb out, and that is chicken broth. That's one of the things I'm going to do just soon as the weather starts cooling off. Miss Lori's going to be putting some chicken and chicken broth and some different kind of meats up in the pantry. So that is coming. I just don't want to do it right now because it's just the weather is so hot. So, but anyways, this right here is 32 ounces. 32 ounces of chicken broth. And I get this from Thrive Market. This is no salt added. It's called Bonafide Provisions Chicken Broth. Free-range chicken bones. It's organic and it's really good. And this is one of the things that I do buy from Thrive Market. So I'm going to put 32 ounces of this broth in my pot. You know, there's so many different ways when you're trying to clean your pantry out and you've got leftovers in the refrigerator. You can make so many different kinds of soups out of it. Vegetable soups, just anything. I mean, throw it all in a pot, and a lot of times we call that goulash. We'll just, whatever we've got, you know, left over or whatever, we just throw it in a pot, and that will supper with maybe a pan of cornbread. And I know a lot of y'all have done that. I'm going to go ahead, and I've got 4 ounces. This is mild hatch chopped green chilies. This is one of my favorite green chilies right here, is Hatch. Sometimes they're hard to find around here, and I had to order them online. They're higher online though, but this is a mild because we can't take anything too hot. But you can use rotel. You can use, if you got some jalapenos, you can throw in there. You know, just anything like that. But this is something that me and Danny can handle, is the mild green chilies. So I'm going to put all of that in there. And there's not a whole lot of ingredients in this. I'm going to turn, let's see, where am I at? Go ahead and turn my burner on. And it's wanting to click like that. And let's see. I've got my chicken that I took off the bone. I'm just going to put it in here. I'm not going to put any salt in here. Now, the broth wasn't salted, but I'm going to let this simmer for a while before I put any salt in it. I want to taste it and make sure the salt. I am going to put some black pepper though. And I'm also going to put a few seasonings too. Let's see. Is this a teaspoon? Or, yeah, it's a teaspoon. I'm going to put a teaspoon of cumin. This is more on the kind of the when it's kind of, you want that taste of chili in it, but it's a white chicken chili because you're using white beans and you're using chicken. So it's pretty much the same concept of just regular chili. I'm going to put a teaspoon of granulated garlic. Let's see, cumin. I'm going to put a teaspoon of chili powder. Now if you don't want, no, I think I'm just going to put a half a teaspoon of chili powder. And I've also got some coriander right here, some ground coriander. And I'm going to put just like maybe almost a teaspoonful. And I'm just going to let this simmer just a little bit before I add anything else to it, any more spices to it. And that's pretty much your white chicken chili, just out of your pantry. It's about that easy, with a little bit of leftover roasted chicken meat that I had. You know, your old-fashioned roasted chicken that, you know, you always made on Sundays. It's just so good. It just tastes so good. We don't have it a lot, but when we do, we just love it, and we eat so much of it. Me and Mr. Brown can pretty much eat. I get one side of the breast, and he'll get the other, and he'll eat a couple chicken legs maybe, or the wings, or a thigh, and then I usually have the rest left over to make something else out of. But when my kids, when they were all here, and we would have lunch here at the house about every Sunday after church, I would bake two hens or 2 chickens, or sometimes I would do maybe a turkey breast, and they just loved it. Tell you something else you could add to this, and that's a lot. Most of the time I've got leftover rice in my freezer because I always make a big pot of rice, and then I only use what I need that night, and then the rest of it I'll freeze and separate it and freeze it. I would put some rice in there. In fact, I may look and see if I've got some. But I'm just going to let this simmer a while because it's going to be about an hour before Danny gets in here. And It's just about that easy. Now you can put, you know what I didn't put in there? I didn't put any onion powder. I will put probably about a half a teaspoon of onion powder in here too. And I will put I will put this recipe down in my description box. But there's all kinds of recipes out there for white chicken chili. This was just an easy one that you can throw together. Just stuff from your pantry and your refrigerator. And that's what we're doing tonight. Our white chicken chili is done. And I went ahead and I didn't have any rice in the freezer. So I just took out a cup of raw rice and threw it in here. Remember, it had 4 cups of broth in here. And then Danny had brought in about 5 pods of okra yesterday out of the garden. And I just cut them up and put them in there. But I've done tasted this. And it is delicious. So I'm going to get us some in a bowl. We'll put some cheese and maybe eat some Doritos with it or something. It's going to be delicious. And the spices that I put in here, and you can see the navy beans in it, the green chilies, and I even went and put a little bit of salsa verde in here, and I'll show that to you. But that's just optional, but it's just something I had. It gives it a good taste. But with that cumin and chili powder and coriander powder and all that, it just gives it that good, I'll probably call this my Pantry Santa Fe white chicken chili, because that's what it reminds me of. It's got a good taste to it. It probably took about, from the time that I threw everything in the pot, it took about 30 minutes for all this to come together. And it is really delicious. Just throw you a little bit of cheese on top. This is queso cheese. And then this is my salsa verde. I put just probably, I don't know, 1/4 of a cup of this in there. It's mild. And you can go ahead and even put it in, once you boil your soup up, put some in there. And then just get you some good tortilla chips. And you've got a really good white chicken chili. I want to show you a quick dessert, how hill folk eat fried apples. This is about 4 apples and a big tablespoon of butter. Don't matter what kind of apples, just whatever apples you've got in the pantry or refrigerator. We're going to put anywhere from a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of cinnamon. Just depends on how well you like cinnamon. Then we're going to add about probably half a cup of brown sugar. And what this brown sugar and that butter is going to do is, as it cooks on medium-low heat, it's going to caramelize them apples. It's going to fry them up and caramelize them. Now, if you don't want to use brown sugar, you can use a sugar substitute or use no sugar at all. Put you some honey in there. And this is what it looks like after it's been cooking for about 10 minutes. The apples are getting tender and that brown sugar is starting to caramelize just a little bit. Gonna make a really good sauce. So while this is cooking, I got biscuits in the oven. And it don't matter if you use homemade biscuits or Wappin biscuits out of the refrigerator. Either way, this dessert is wonderful. And it is one of Mr. Brown's favorites. And we're just going to take them biscuits and warm biscuits, and we're going to lay these fried apples over them biscuits. Now, y'all may have already seen me making this recipe because I done a short and put it out there. But I wanted to show for a lot of people that didn't see that short video how we eat our fried apples up here in the hills of Arkansas. And we're going to take some of that good old Bluebell vanilla ice cream and put it on top of them fried apples. And you ain't going to get no better than this right here. So this right here is how we eat our fried apples. Y'all have to try it. It is plum larpin', y'all.